Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Yahweh who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And I'm just gonna, focus on, the economy right now, and pretty much America as a whole. No pun intended, but truthfully, America is in a hole, man. Okay, it's in a deep ditch and it can't get out. All right. America can't get out of the situation it's in, man. Okay, things are just going to continue to get worse. Just going to continue. We're in what we call, in the Bible as the beginning of sorrows, man. Okay, the beginning of trouble on the earth. Okay, that's what we're in right now as of 2020. Okay, because if you look back on this year, in its entirety, this year has been nothing but, mourning, tribulations, and woes. Okay, that's what this year has brought. Okay, and the only people who've actually done good this year are maybe a handful of people, man. Okay, people who say, for example, might have took advantage by selling products that, are beneficial during this, whole Corolla situation. Say, for example, the hand sanitizer companies and definitely the mask companies. I mean, goddamn, man, both of those companies probably got at least, a billion, if not a few $1 billion, over, annual, revenue, for this whole global pandemic going on. Or I should call it a plandemic, because that's what it is. Pretty much all planned, to bring about, the collapse of the dollar and, bring in the, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, okay, which is in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, for those who didn't know. Okay, let's see, what do I want to say? Let me just give a little observation, man, of how bad people are doing here in America. I went to Walmart, I want to say maybe 2 days ago. I had to pick up, just a few things, a couple more preparations to add to my, survival, closet. So as I was doing that, I was looking at people's carts. That's what I like to do, because that's how you can tell, the financial situation that a lot of these people are in. And I'm going to tell you, man, out of everybody in the store, there's got to be at least 100, maybe 140 people in Walmart, as in customers, not counting employees. Because, there's always a couple, a lot of people in there. Or I'd say at most maybe 200, but that might be a little much. But anyway, I walked throughout the whole store, checking out the survival stuff and, of course, the food. That's pretty much where I went. And I noticed almost everybody, I'd say 95% of people, had very, very little in the cart. And if they had a decent amount, it was almost always that cheap food. Like, I mean, ramen noodles or, Chef Boyardee canned food. And, very cheap stuff. Okay, it was only, of course, one person who might have a full cart or half a cart of, relatively expensive stuff. Like, say, for half a cart, it probably comes to about $200, because they buy the expensive stuff. But there was one person I saw who I looked in their cart, it was completely full, and it was all full of, long shelf life, guess one could call it prepper food, and stuff like that. They had water as well, so I take it as, those people were, just preparing for, the second wave of Corolla, okay, which is a very good idea, right now, but, you can clearly see, a lot of these people, man, they're through, man. You can see it, they're through, as in they clearly don't have the financial, they don't have the finances to get through this time that we're in right now. And you can tell by the stuff that they're buying at these stores. People are just buying the bare minimum that they need to live. Okay, if they had the money, they'd buy more expensive food, because it tastes better, you know what I'm saying? But of course, all these people are buying, the least expensive stuff just so they can get by. Okay, and that's how you can tell. That's how you can tell how bad people are doing right now, man. Okay, so don't listen to them when they tell you that we're in a recovery right now. That clearly is just bullshit. Excuse my language, but that's just all BS, man. Okay, that's just not possible. How can you be in a recovery if you still have just as many people on unemployment, okay, who are unemployed right now? Okay, it doesn't make sense. You just cannot look at the way the world is, especially America. Hence the sign here. There's no way you can look at America and tell me this is in a recovery. It cannot. It's not possible. Except for those who are at, of course, at top. That's the exception. But, for the average person, which is what matters, because, the average person, is what keeps, the system afloat, is, they're not doing good. Okay, so if they're not doing good, then, the whole system, is not in a good condition. Even though you might have, say, for example, if we were to take, Ben Mala, okay, and you can look that guy up if you don't know who that is. But if we take Ben Mala and, you see him, he's doing good with his, free $400 million in his bank account. But yet everybody else got maybe $10. Maybe, one person might have 10,000, 20,000 there, or another. But then you have another few million who basically have nothing and are, either one paycheck away from losing everything, or are moving back in with relatives because they cannot afford anything. That's not a recovery. Okay, and that's not a good financial situation. And nothing that America can boast about, even though one person's doing good. What is the good of one person doing okay if a million people are not doing okay? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And that's what we're seeing, man. Okay, one person's doing good. Or let's even be fair, 100 people are doing good. But a million other people are doing bad. Clearly, even if we were to say that 10,000 people were doing good, but then a million other people, or we'll even be fair and say 10,000 people are doing good, but 990,000 other people are not doing good. Obviously, even if you increase it to such a high number, which obviously is not true, it still does not fix anything. Okay, everything will still be in a terrible situation, even if you increase it to unrealistic numbers such as that. Okay? But the truth is, man, that at the end of the day, America cannot get out of this financial situation it's in, man. Okay, and I'll give another example. The other day I was walking next to two stores, a former Best Buy and it wasn't a K Jewelers, it was, Kmart. And I noticed, man, these stores were completely empty. The only thing left was the shelves collapsed on the floor. Okay, as in, foldable shelves. That was there. Everything else was gutted. You could, if I look in the doors, I can see the back of the store. Right, the exit, the emergency exit from the front of the store. Okay, everything was completely bare. All the banners on the wall, hell, even the logo was taken down on the outside, on both the stores. Okay, and, that's just two examples of these big stores going out of business, man. Okay, and that's the future for America, man. Okay, the future is not bright. Okay, the future is not bright, man. Okay, the future of America is not bright at all, man. Okay, as it says in, what is that, Isaiah the 47th chapter, come sit in the dust, virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, which is what? Babylon the Great, America. But yeah, man, America is, we're not in a good situation, man. And it's only going to continue to get worse, man, from here on out. Okay, so, pretty much that's all I'm going to speak about for now. You can, share your thoughts down below in the comment section. With that being said, I'm going to say shalom.